again.
All right, guys. I have a 2015 Nissan Sentra 4-cylinder 1.8 SL. What we're gonna get ready to do here is change the fuel injectors. It's gonna be a quick process. I'm gonna speed right through it just because I know how. First things first, take off this plastic cover. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and yeah, I'll show you the next step. All right, now that that cover's off, there's 1 corner, 2 corner, 3 corner, 4 corner on the back side. You kind of just tug up on that cover. I kind of just pulled up on it right here, pulled it from right here, pulled it from the back, pulled it from the back, remove it. All right, next thing's next. I usually just go ahead and disconnect the negative battery terminal. That way there's no power going through the car and you're able to function and access everything a little quicker. So I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, now that you have the battery terminal removed, I like to go ahead and move on to taking off this intake manifold. There are quite a few bolts. I'm going to point them out for you really quick just so you can identify them that you got to remove. There's these top ones right here, 1, 2, 3, and then there's another row at the bottom. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there's another one down here. There's one in between right there. There's another one in between right there, and then you got one more on the top side that's located kind of like down in between there. I don't know if it's gonna focus on it. Yeah, boom, right there, that one. Once you remove those, it takes off the first half of the intake manifold, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that really quick. There are a few different things you have to disconnect in the meantime too. You have this clamp here to remove this hose. And this is the throttle body, I believe here. You'll have to unscrew this, remove that. Then you also have another hose right here, another hose right here that you need to take off. And then you have some clips that you got to remove from the harness. So remove this clip, and then you'll be in a good spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and just knock all that out really quick. It's 10 millimeter bolts. And once you remove that, you'll be able to pull off this top half of the intake manifold. So let me do that. All right, guys. So now that I have all of these things removed, like I said, you have this hose here you got to take off. And I'm gonna just go ahead and pull it off just because I already wiggled everything off. There was another hose on the back side from right here. Got to remove. Just get some needle nose, squeeze these clamps, slide them down, and you got to wiggle this off. Same process for this. This one goes right here. Remove that. There was this clip back here on this throttle body, located right there, that you just gotta unclip, you know, squeeze it right here, slide it off. Same process down here for this hose, you know, clamp, remove. And those two are located on this back side here, goes like that. And once you get those off, you can remove it. There was some clips right here that sit on this part of the manifold. You just squeeze it from the inside right here, pull those clips off, and yeah, here goes the top part off of that intake manifold after removing all of those necessary hoses. You might got to play around with it, take some time, but it's a pretty quick process. This probably took me like 2-3 minutes to remove. And yeah, those are the 7 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I showed you the location on the last part, but just for another reference, 1, 2, there was 1 down here. Let's see if I can get to it. That's 3. This is 4 on the top side. This will be 5 down there. That is 6. And the last one is, boom, right there, 7. And they're kind of staggered, so it goes boom, 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 boom. Cool? All right, guys, so now to remove this next part, this is the other half of the intake manifold. You have to go ahead and disconnect this here. It's a sensor. And then you have to remove this clip right here. Just allow this to be a little bit more free, get a little more play. Nonetheless, you have another 5 10 millimeter bolts, one located there, See if I can capture it on the camera. One located right there. There's one behind this dipstick. Once I kind of, you can see it once I remove the dipstick. It's one behind there, that's 3. Number 4 is located here. And lastly, number 5 is gonna be behind. See if I can get it to focus. Boom, right there. That's the 5th one. So once you remove those 10 millimeter bolts and these clips, 1 clip, 2 clip, you'll be able to release this part here. So yeah, you gotta also remove the dipstick. So I'll do that really quick. Alrighty. So once you got those 5 bolts that I pointed out removed, you can literally just pull up on this and take them all the way out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and set it down. I left the bolts on the inside of this. That way it doesn't fall into the engine bay. I literally just unscrewed them and I just one hand pulled this whole manifold part out. And I leave them in there also because they are in a weird angle. You just want to make sure that they don't fall, like I said, in the engine bay, and you can tighten them back up pretty easy. It's probably the smarter way. That way you're not having to like follow. But like I said, just leave them in there or take them off, put them, you know, in a safe place. And when you're getting ready to reinstall, just make sure that they're back in the same spot. But nonetheless, manifold is off completely. Yeah, let's get to the next part. Alrighty, guys. So what we're looking at here is the fuel rail. And of course, these are your injector clips, all that stuff associated with the engine harness. First things first, I like to go ahead and just remove the clips. Get you some needle nose, like so, and you'll just squeeze and pull. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm doing it with my left hand, so let's see if I can do it, which I probably can't. At any rate, we'll just remove these clips, and yeah, I'll be back with the next process. Now that I got those clips removed, I can kind of just move this out the way. Don't know if it'll stay much, probably won't. Nonetheless, this is the fuel rail here. There's a guard. You need to take the guard off. There's a 10 millimeter bolt here, another 10 millimeter bolt here. Then you have this 8 millimeter bolt here that you have to remove to take off this guard. And then I'll show you the next step after that. Alrighty, so those bolts are off now. You can take this guard off. That's the 2 10 millimeter, 1 8 millimeter, and I'll just set this guard here to the side. Next, we have the injector rail. This is the fuel injector rail itself. It has 1 10 millimeter and another 10 millimeter. Once you remove that, you can literally just tug up on it, pull the rail up, and expose the injectors. They're usually attached to it, should be. Most people like to remove this here. This is the actual fuel line itself to the fuel rail. I don't want to mess with it right now because I don't want fuel spilling everywhere or spraying everywhere, so I kind of just leave it in place. Nonetheless, I'm going to remove these 2 bolts, get this fuel rail off, and I'll show you the injectors and get started swapping those out. Alrighty, so as you can see, I just did a nice little tug, pulled out the injectors. Here they are. Let's go ahead and identify what's going on here, a few different things that you can do. So I already changed this injector here. That's where I was getting the misfire cylinder tube, but now I'm getting a code saying that it's being too rich or lean. I should have just changed it all 4 at the same time. I was trying to cut corners. Nonetheless, what you do to remove the injectors here is there's a clip. You just kind of push back on it like this. I can't do it with one hand, but you push back, remove this clip here, and expose it, and then you can literally pull the injector out like that. So that's what I'll do. I'm actually just going to change cylinder 1, 3, and 4, and I'm going to get ready to do that here, and then we'll put everything back together and give it a crank up and all that good stuff. So let me get started. Like I said, just remove these injector clips, and then yeah, we'll do it. We'll work backwards. Alrighty, so new injectors have been replaced. As you can see, there isn't much fuel anywhere. What I did was, when I was removing them one by one, I kind of spun the rail upside down after I removed this this injector clip, and I pulled out the single one. Had some, you know, some towels, napkins, or whatever right here to catch the excess fuel coming out. But you'll just tug this, and then yeah, most of the fuel will stay in the rail. It doesn't like spray anywhere as much as I thought it would. In some cases, people like to, like, you know, remove the pump fuse and start the car, let the fuel rail clear out as far as pressure goes. It wasn't really necessary in this case, so I kind of just, like I said, tug them each individually, and had a towel, just removed it, flipped the rail upside down. That way most of the fuel stays in there. Don't have much of a mess. As you can see, don't have much on my hand at all. But these are the old ones that I replaced. Got them from AutoZone. I'll put the link in the description for you guys. Nonetheless, all 4 injectors have been replaced. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of rewind the process and start putting everything back together. Get this thing started, see if it resolve this code issue. Alrighty guys, so project is back together. Put all the bolts back for the intake manifold. Got all the clamps on these hoses back. Connected all the necessary parts that I removed and clips. Nonetheless, car's put back together. Injectors are installed. I did coil packs, as you can see here. These are brand new coil packs about a week ago. New spark plugs coil packs. And like I said, injectors were the last missing piece. So now that I got that, I'm gonna reconnect this battery negative terminal here. And we're gonna give the car a startup and make sure to see if we got that code cleared and all that good jazz. So yeah, let's get it going. Oh, I got a visitor, look at this. All right guys, car is running a lot smoother. As you can see, no check engine light. We are golden. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. You know how it is, more content for you guys. I appreciate it.